back to square for NIP. Like it's definitely a comfortable pick for them, and they did actually twice now. I mean, like so it's funny to see that they actually keep going back to the map that they're losing, but that's obviously a case for them to be feeling really good, and now I totally understand why BC Game decides to get rid of Anubis and get against it as a third.
Very nice. What was your kind of story of NIP on day 2 then, Peter? Because it was kind of the inverse of what we saw from BC Game, right?
I think what really went right for NIP on day 2 is what also from talking with them after the game was that they felt that they had prepared too much for game 1. They felt like they were playing scared, and they were afraid to lose. They were scared of going outside of that game plan and the preparation they actually have done. So what they did coming into game 2 was actually just prepare less. It was actually just Snappy and the coach that actually worked together to get a little bit of a game plan, because Snappy wanted to allow that freedom, to allow his players that are very young and very inexperienced to get that kind of feeling where they can play out of their intuition instead of having to rely too much and being afraid of making mistakes.
Well, BC Game versus NIP set to go down here in Krakow. One more spot in stage 2 remains. It's time to find out who is going to get it.
Who's gonna get it? Yeah, I think everyone's gonna be tuning into this one. BC Game in attendance, a tier 1 LAN for Simple and Electronic in the great year of 2026. What do you reckon, Chatty B? NIP certainly pulled up their socks yesterday, as the desk discussed.
Yeah, it's a contrast, right? So BCG, they start strong and then they fall flat. Liquid, they lose to Liquid in consecutive series between Bounty and Krakow, and then pick up a nice win, eliminating Passion. So right here, right now, you have that young core that was just being discussed of the desk with this Portuguese flavor. That core, led by Mutiris, with Simple and Electronic, who have been back together for about 3 months.
Hired muscle.
It's an exciting jigsaw puzzle, and it's definitely one of the keys for people tuning in for stage 1 here in Krakow. Let's see if we can get some better Counter-Strike from them today.
I definitely am also echoing the sentiment of the desk. I'm happy with it. It's a Dust 2 as opposed to another overpass. Makes a lot of sense logically. The T side, we'll see if it does fare better for BC Game.
Yeah, they played it online and they lost it. But it's all about the LAN games for a team like this.
Late long, Wrinkle's going to be peeking into this, and he's nailed the headshot. Simple. Taken down. Oh, Wrinkle. 3 quick clicks of the USP. Taking down the man that put the 1 in his name. He's taken down his inspiration to start us off. Big smile on his face. Quad kill in the pistol. That is how you get the juices flowing. And this voice, you can see Ken, one of the newest, in fact, the newest addition to the Ninjas in Pajamas. I think he is going to be a real valuable asset as far as the vibes go.
I think it's with what you were saying just there as well in terms of inspiration for somebody like Wrinkle. Same thing for Ken, right? These are Ukrainian players.
Yeah.
And you're going to savor the opportunity to talk a bit of trash to the legend. Okay, he's loving that. Well, he has a key role, right? Plugging into this thing. This is the first Dust 2 that NIP have played with him in the roster. He'll just be taking that standard. Well, I want to say standard. It's, in my opinion, the most important position for a CT rifler on Dust 2. You're a player who supports long, but also is rotating with CT for the mid to Bs, playing Goose, playing Ramp, playing Car. It's a key position, right? Again, as we just have this eco, it should be pretty easy to deal with. It's just the Deagle in Simple's hands. Doesn't even play first, so Crazy takes the space, and they're going to get mopped up now as Electronic will get a single kill. Ken goes down as well, so a little bit costly.
Let's go, Aragorn.
See how much more damage you can do. This is the same as Mirage for NIP, where it's the young core playing the key positions. Kaspersky as your mid to B player, Wrinkle obviously is the AWPer to be here, there, and everywhere, and then Ken is that A rotating rifler. That means Snappy anchors long and Shush anchors B. It's the other 3 that have to feel the game. And this is where you hope the decision tree that you built and what Dupree was talking about on the desk in terms of they're not being scared to make the plays they normally would. That means they need to be having a good day today.
Yeah, and not over-prepping as well, yeah, and making sure it is not going to kind of cloud the judgment and the feeling.
You're going long.
Yeah, Aragorn's going to be flashing himself out, just goes straight on in and does do damage, but he's fallen. Long range from Kaspersky, a little burst for number 2. Electronic feels the wrath of that MP9. Confirmation of extra bodies brought down by Wrinkle. You keep trying long, it's going to be the same result. This time it's Kaspersky with the multi. A triple kill, AK scavenged, and Crazy's the last man to be found.
Okay, Risky spamming back right now. They're going to start clamping down the space. He might just get chipped away at. Shush is cutting off at the pass all the way through T-spawn. And that right there, using the SMG long for that control. If they wanted to try and punish Snappy, they're using their spawns. I think everyone at home who plays Pugs is quite familiar with that as Dust 2, and Can will mop it up. So 3-0, pretty spotless start. We're talking a total of 3 kills in 3 rounds for BCG.
Yeah, that's bleak. I mean, it feels like the eco was obviously a non-starter, but I don't know, the guns, they haven't really hit.
You don't want it to get away from you too quick, right? So I would hope into the next rifle round, they take a tactical timeout just to slow the pace, have a conversation, go, okay, well, we're 4-0 down, but we've only played one gun round. But you just want to start making these a little bit more threatening. So if I'm Taz and I'm standing behind this team, I want to hope that the comms are flowing in around like this and they're able to get 1 or 2 kills and that there's ideas. Wrinkle post up with the AWP.
Simple's going to peek into him, and his scout tag onto the AWP, but nearly hits the follow-up through the doors. Wrinkle will turn tail and tuck back towards the A site.
I also think it's important that Wrinkle doesn't go down there with all the nades, right? He can give that over to Cam for rotation, and now he can play a much safer position on A. So risky early to try and pick them so they can't do a light by execute, but now they're set up for crisscross. Ooh, missed. Okay, that was meant to go top door. They still have 2 smokes to be able to execute outshot, and maybe the fact that Simple knows he's tagged Wrinkle, they want to try and scale this, because Wrinkle won't be able to take as many re-peaks.
I know, I thought Snappy was pushing. He is very deep, pushed up long side. Could be very disconnected if the A players do feel any pressure. If Simple was to hit another scout shot onto that Wrinkle sniper rifle, he'll be peeking first. Oh, he has! Gets the follow-up. Wrinkle doesn't even get to pull the trigger on the sniper. Simple sits him down.
Okay, how's the protocols with the retakes, NIP?
He got info. He spotted out Snappy towards that pit side and hasn't been able to connect the first bullet. Kaspersky coming in from the short side. Looks like Ken's going to be coming long to join Snappy. That smoke.
Long will have to play first because of the short block.
Yeah, they're going to have to respect it. Simple brought down to half health, trying to throw out bullets down range, still nothing connecting. Finally brings Snappy down to 13 HP.
That's round.
It should very well be over. Little bit of a chip in, but Simple will finish off the meal. And BCG, you don't even need guns. They'll do it with what was a simple scout and a couple of pistols.
Okay, well, forget it. Ooh, gonna lose everything there. Utira's gonna let out a roar. Ooh, okay. I like that from Taz. Throughout the lobby with Shocks, he said, oh, no, there's no yelling. Taz back in his day, people might not remember him from 1.6, but they should within his CSGO days. He definitely got loud, so letting Ken know. Stomach in that one, that partial bite. Oh, the swarm there. Great camera. That's an example of letting your players play. Right, Simple being able to take peeks without the smokes coming in first, as they do go under this long control.
What I love is that Electronics managed to get that pretty much on his own.
Well, do they want to go with the classic Na'Vi, right? They can just filter out long right now. Crazy has the extremity of B covered for now, and then they can just siphon through their utility. You would be expecting some type of CT response. So they push up at tunnels, they try and go aggressive short and fight over towards middle. Well, right now, just held at bay. You can see on the radar the block smoke just in front of Electronics' line of sight. Here it is. So they got a couple more of those to get through. Shush has one. And he's got that over towards B for the block. So silence falls over Dust too, and it does look like they are just going to wait this out and then try and execute through long. Utiris is dealing with the top mid push. Crazy, as you just saw, was dealing with the B push.
A little bit of a short flash swing. Nothing to report for Ken.
Now, you have to keep in mind what util they have as the long cross comes in. There's nobody playing car, which means they can't be as jarring to this as they would hope. There's the first long cross smoke. Is this just a bait out residual utility? Time will become the problem. Sub 40 seconds now.
Yeah, and Wrinkle's just constantly been intermittently uncrouching on this box. They might catch him! Brutal! Back to back, sat down by Simple.
There's the second smoke.
Vaulting across, Aragorn's the first man on the scene. Ken tucked towards Gandalf. Molly forces the fight and a quick adjustment from Aragorn. That feels like that could very well be the round.
Look where Crazy is. He's already in lower tunnels, so he can try and deal with this save. He'll be hearing Snappy running B hill now. Shush has gotten past upper tunnels towards T-spawn, but they want to take these guns away. Mudras has let the boys off the leash to hunt.
I'm curious as to whether Crazy goes any further. He's hearing Snappy. He has managed to remove at least one of the weapons. The rifles, however, are the prized possession and should be traded. Kaspersky loses his too.
Well, they know Shush has to be around here somewhere, right? This is the B anchor, so he's been able to slip, and there's also this smoke in the upper tunnels, so I don't know if they're going to want to throw themselves to the wolves through this. It'll just be Shush being able to retain the M4. But that's back-to-back rounds where Simple's found the opening kill onto Wrinkle. Well, time's with them. Can they get the trade? No, Shush will hold on. Aragorn and Mudras cannot get that. But a very nice round. They know that one has massive financial ramifications. So this is a third teed up right now for BCG. in pursuit of stage 2.
He was doing this for 40 seconds, and then just as he uncrouches, Simple has arrived in that meantime. Really nice flick out of Aragorn. Gets 2 kills in this round, so good to see impact from the Portuguese contingent.
Good job.
G'ing him up.
Good shit. Good job.
Hey, there it is again.
Yeah, you get a Simple good job.
Okay, B-pick with the AWP to make sure they're not mantling up platform there. Remember, they know Shush is the B defender. They're still testing his waters here.
Yeah, Electronic, you can be ready for this kind of elevation, especially with the scout baiting you in.
Simple tagged.
Simple down to 29, and Snappy actually finishes the job that Shush started. Backing away from the nade, he lives on. Opening kills theirs, but it still should favor BCG. You were hoping for another. A 3v5 feels a whole lot more favorable, considering the weaponry.
Quick rotation from NIP. Getting in position on A now.
Yeah, is that really going to be a Zeus? Oh, a jumping Zeus attempt. That's going to
still 2v3
on my face. Very losable for BCG. Could get weird. Nice flick. Removes Kaspersky, forced out by the Molotov, and that molly out the flank from Wrinkle. This could be game-ending. Nobody's looking. He's got 2 on his screen. Oh, and Denial, the desk disgust. Winning a gun round, losing to an eco. It's ugly. Sure, there was a save rifle on Shush, but he wasn't doing much.
Yeah, look, I think right there, I like the reaction from BCG once they get blocked on B. They're quite quick to take some space, but they are very rushed. They don't have any of the extremities contained in all of this. They're trying to outmaneuver the M4 before it can get in position. And they're losing fights on the way. Wrinkle catches this perfect timing and just mows them down.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We're straight back into proceedings.
So if you spawns again, NIP, to make sure they don't lose long control early. So we're seeing a change in terms of positions of Ken and Kaspersky. See if they cross paths and go back to what is the standard, because at the moment, BCG are playing with a bit more of a default, but heavy through lower tunnels and down the mid-ramp now. Okay, so yes, they have gone back to standard.
Oh, that's a very chunky nade. Okay, a bit of pressure applied towards the short side. Looks like we're going to see CT smoke landing, and Ken is not going to be in a position to kind of do anything more than
he can break it. He has a HE, so if he feels that they're actually committing, he can break this, but the restraint in that CT rotating rifler position with your nades is key. You also would love it if they came out short, so he has held on to this.
That could be very instrumental into his contributions.
They are B-splitting. That one hasn't landed perfectly. There'll be a line over the top for Wrinkle to take.
Yeah, it's also the fact that Shush is going to be baited in so nicely here. Kaspersky's going to be tucked, jiggle out, gets the info, throws the nade, and then Shush readies his aim. This looks great. The NIP ready, backs are turned, and the multi-kill sprayed out of 2. Still Kaspersky needs 1. Electronic up close and personal, and he's managed to find it with the help of Mutiris. Weird with the lurk on mid. He's alone. They could just walk through that smoke. Ken's not going to take the risk, and Snappy removing Simple should lighten the load. Gonna run at him, deny the plant perhaps, no, just, punching in the code, denied, no extra cash for BC game, and a 5th round on the board for NIP, simple.
They didn't believe the mid to be at all, right? So they could keep that setup where they were laser focused on upper tunnels. Incendiary makes things difficult. You touched upon the setup there, bit of a blender.
It's so, I mean, the lovely setup.
You have to run through it because of the clock, right? You don't really have the time to call things off. You know the rotation will come through. Simple also in a, that's a great shot, right?
Wow.
If they get 2 across side and Simple still mid-doors, it's a bit of a problem. So 3-round gap now for NIP. And they know that the money is a bit all over the place as a tactical timeout call from Taz. I think it should be just a partial in this situation with 2,900 coming into the next. Make sure you're getting Simple the AWP. He's found the opener on the Scout and the AWP. Maybe they might have to rely on getting some good long spawns to contest that space early. Something you can't count on, unfortunately. And if you're not so well rehearsed within the defaults, you're going to need your players to make some plays. They've been somewhat grouped up for these finishes.
But I mean, as far as the expectations go about depth of map pool, when you have had less than a month together, I mean, it's fair to say that the default's going to be quite default.
Yeah, I think when you're also speaking in English for the Portuguese guys, right? It's not that they can't speak English, it's just that it's a little bit more unusual for them. Simple as well as Electronic have been doing it for a bit longer in Team Counter-Strike. And there's 2 puzzle pieces that have never fit together before being forced together, whereas NIP bring in Can to replace, right? So, you know, he's getting to play a lot of his positions.
Nice shot from Aragorn. Catches Kaspersky, removes that short player, and they want to try and bring Snappy down. He's done well. Not only finding that opening kill onto Crazy, but also anticipating the hunt from Mutirus. Another one from Aragorn's Deagle.
This is interesting now.
Interesting indeed, Mr. Birchall.
This is where players get to play, right? You get to see the moves. So what have they scavenged so far? An M4 and an MP9, but there's huge. If they jump into simple, he could take one.
And he's holding for it, but Ken will best him. Got a bit janky with that one. Nice spray. Shush, stable as always. A very safe pair of hands. It's 6-2. Guns will be coming out, feeling like a must-win to keep this game competitive.
Okay, so I was talking about spawns, and you have to take a look at what's available at the moment. Simple has the worst spawn for a long or even mid pick, so he might be B-centric as we take a look at the highlights. A couple of nice shots short. It does keep finances somewhat limited for NIP, but they have a residual buy. Simple picking mid, goes down to Wrinkle. Ooh. Went for the boost. Wrinkle was ready for that.
Is he playing through? Aragorn! Oh, that's naughty! Walking on out of the smoke, a disrespect from Aragorn, put Snappy on his ass.
I like that. He knew he had to make a play because they're in a number disadvantage and took that window of opportunity, understood the type of setup they were going for with the late smoke and the molly, but now Wrinkle's going to start peering into this. They've got elevation.
That's what I'm loving about this. The fact that you've managed to sneak out and then boost. If Wrinkle was to try and hard clear, it's questionable whether he will on his own, but there's backup coming. So with Cairn arriving, will they sweep through this? And if so, how can you handle this electronic? The boost works out lovely. Just the tip of his head visible. Finding that little pixel to roost upon. Kaspersky spotted on the edge of the smoke. Crazy's patience is rewarded. It's a 2-on-4. BC game, a must-win round. Aragorn pulling them back into the lead and building upon it. Did Electronic? They do line up, but Electronic not scared from the shoulder shot. Guess that trade necessary. Shush, what have you got? A HE picked up from Spawn. Could very well be good. Electronic's not going to get caught by the flak. Still, regardless, it is going to lead to a plant and a third.
Yeah, I said they had cash for another buy. It's 1,400 loss going into the next. Wrinkle will be fine. Gets a little bit dicier for the likes of Kaspersky, but it should be bang on the money. So Shush is going to hold on to this for the rainy day. They've already got 6 on the CT side. So give yourself more opportunities down the stretch. When the round is lost, it's okay to give it over in this scenario. So Aragorn, big tip of the hat to him in that situation. If he doesn't make the play out long, that round is essentially stunted. He gave Mutirus something to call. Okay, from Ken, we have a little transcript here. No respect for these guys. And when you're this young core, we've seen what Kaspersky can do. Right, we've seen Ken have moments within Inner Circle. Obviously, Wrinkle, we've been having a conversation about him for a while. If they can realize that potential and bring it together at the same time, it is exciting. It just hasn't had enough time, I guess, since the introduction of Can.
I also did 96. I can take longer.
All right, just addressing how close they were in some of those fights with the damage done. Here's the opener.
Textbook.
And we're getting some head-to-heads of the AWPers, right? You don't always get that, so it's nice to see.
I thought that angle was really naughty.
Simple gets a chance for a mid-pick again. Do they want to boost him up? Could be Mutirus going for that, or does he just take the fight and boy, for about a door bang?
Oh, wow. He's tagged up Shush there. Sure, just flying through the door. Never a good feeling as you're making your way to your B-bomb site.
Yeah, it's unconfirmed, though, so they can't really attempt to punish that for now. They mollied lower, smoke the mid doors.
Gets a thumbs up from the ops team.
Going through the map control. Wrinkle's taking a pick at long.
Another head-to-head? How many head-to-heads have we had in this half? It's actually kind of baffling. You're right, how typically it's quite rare. But Wrinkle and Simple can't stop finding each other. Punish. Oh, missed shot from Simple. Not going to make the same mistake a second time. Shush will be finished off, and Mutirus wins out an exposed Can. Kind of caught in the middle
Snappy
of nowhere.
on the AWP.
Of course. The iconic.
I don't think you're getting away with this one, Chief. Aragorn's staying long doors. The rest have swarmed the site. I think Snappy might be going down with the ship if he doesn't find this frag.
He might get it. It depends if Aragorn... How patient is Aragorn is really the question. Not patient enough. Gives him a little bit of an escape route.
Electronic will be on him quickly here. Already starting to path up Cat. Kaspersky, the mid-to-B player, has played through upper tunnels, and Electronic is starting to track this one down. Mutirus and Simple are staying with the bomb just in case. But Electronic might be able to take it away.
Yeah.
And that would be huge. There wouldn't be an AWP available into the next round if Snappy loses this.
How does he mantle up?
He's under the scope.
That's a good angle. Yeah. Oh! Snappy snipes.
He will get to hold on to this. So Wrinkle.
Wrinkle's licking its lips. That's a real golden opportunity to be able to pull out an AWP you otherwise wouldn't, thanks to your captain. A captain that, by the way, if you haven't, check out that Ken interview. He talks very highly of Snappy. I'm sure it must be such a, incredibly new experience when you've got a veteran IGL. You get to see how that works and just how rapidly a call can be assembled. He was saying, like, last 2 seconds of freeze time, he calls a whole round.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that in English for us, Electronic. We appreciate it. All right, well, tactical timeout from Exist. He'll take a moment to have a chat. So that saved AWP and Rifle do mean that NIP get another buy. It's Snappy who's just going to operate on the MP9. Kit for Kaspersky. Wrinkle. Is he going to invest upon the nades? Yes, so full belt for him. Now, this is a tough moment. If you get the board wiped right now, very likely that BCG will find a 6-6 half. Sure, it will be a light, scrappy buy for the final round, and they've already lost one of those, but that would be the indicator that BCG have brought this one back. Simple with a B spawn, going to take the AWP over. And Shush starting B solo. It's 4 strong on A with a short play.
A lot of faith that Shush is safe hands. He's not going to give anything away early. See how he approaches this. Ooh, Simple nearly goes down. Fair play. Through his own smoke, Shush nearly brings down an opening. Still, it's going to really hamper Simple's contributions. You can't quite be as free-flowing at 14. And he's only got 16 armor, Chad. That must matter somehow.
Well, yeah. So they've completely rerouted, and they want to get another player back over towards B, right? You don't want Shush to stay on his own the entire round. You play 4 strong A for a move in case it's a long pop or you're trying to find that short pick, but you need to go back to the standard 2-3. So Snappy's burrowed in at long, using his MP9 at its perfect range. They are returning to long. Long door smoke deployed at 50 seconds. They're going to come through.
Snappy's so ready for this.
They won't get blind here.
No, sir. No, he won't. And oh, they just run to their demise. Aragorn and Mutiris sprayed down, positionally sound. MP9 pays off.
Very well-timed smoke and then perfectly handled from Snappy, right? The only thing that he can lose to in that scenario is them popping through the doors and him standing there, copping the flash in the face. So playing right in front of the grey screen, and that should be probably the save. So 7 rounds now for NIP. Snappy even gets himself an upgrade, so guaranteeing the half win at this point. It's one of the things with Dust 2 again, it's in those spawns, and if you're not getting them, it does take a weapon out of what Mutiris can call. That's why you need to have your defaults drilled, and when you've only had, I think Dupree said 15 days worth of practice, your default, sure, crazy, and Aragorn understand how Mutiris wants to call, but he has to meld that now with the way that Simple and Electronic also want to approach the game, and they've always been very vocal in their ideas. And for good reason. 2 very accomplished players. Simple with another B spawn.
This time Shush got...
You're hoping for a molly? Yeah, there's them. Okay, so he's into lower tunnels. Doesn't feel like a lot in this game. They've had the staging area of short to do your standard, all right, avant-garde smokes, right, we'll play that, we'll also seesaw, we'll throw them into B, we'll keep Ken moving. It doesn't feel like that's really been a problem for Ken. He hasn't been pulled between the decision too often. So they're returning to this late.
Wrinkle, this is a forward position.
Nice sweep.
Good timing on it as well. Removes Aragorn. The swing comes through. Nice trade from Mutiris, an important one. Ahead of the incendiary. And they know where that trajectory came from, so they know they've got one locked CT.
Now it's about how do they set up the post plan, because they will be able to get this down for free. So there's 2 conversations. What is the approach of NIP on the retake? And where do BCG place themselves?
Snappy reveals long occupied.
Have no territory. Look, they're all just on the side. This is very awkward. They need to take something.
Is it short? What is it? They're all coming from CT, though. That does favor them in these early fights. Just winning them out. Crazy's not playing scared. Not at all. Double peak. Jump up 5-7. Dust 2. It's the territory of BC Game, and 5 workable as we swap sides.
You have to understand how things are up here.
Oh no, do that there, touch them toe, earthquake with it. No, do that there, touch them toe, earthquake. Oh no, do that there, touch them toe, earthquake with it. No, do that there, touch them toe, earthquake.
Wrinkle versus Simple. BC Game versus NIP. First map in the first half with an NIP lead. It's been a fun game so far. I'm joined by Sponge and we're swapping sides. So NIP will be taken to the T side. 5 on the T side of a map picked by BC Game. Par for the course or an NIP advantage?
No, well, NIP advantage, but I think it, you know, this pissed around, obviously the cliche.
Yeah, you have to drop
I think
it.
It's fine. I think a 7-5 scoreline on Dust 2 either way is fine, right? This is still winnable, very open for both teams. During half-time, we spoke about this before, guys. You need to stop breathing.
You need to stop breathing. Hold your breath, guys. He's trolling.
Okay. Well, that's always the advice I give when people are stressed out. Hold your breath.
Opposite advice that Chatty B gave me.
Yeah.
Don't forget to breathe.
Open your eyes really wide. Think about all the terrible things that can happen.
Yeah, great, great.
We have 2 HEs on a CT pistol. Is this the break?
It might be. They might have to throw him out right now. Okay, they've spaffed it a bit earlier.
Yeah, mistimed. Now they have to hit the shots.
And they're so blind. Okay, Aragorn. He looked good on the deagle. How's the... owned by Cairn. Utiris has put up a nice fight, though, a rally of shots connecting to the heads of Shush and Kaspersky. The bomb getting planted by Cairn. And, oh, they've lost Snappy. Crazy manages to remove him on the start of the retake, so now they have the numbers. Mantling up that new box, a quick click from Wrinkle. He's so precise with that P250. On a good day, has to do it all here and overwhelmed by Crazy. It's his turn in the spotlight. Impactful triple to get PC Game the pistol.
Okay, well, we split the pistols. Yes? Shocks? Hello?
That was cool.
Yeah, we could hear it. We were like, I felt like I was in her brain for a moment.
Yeah, no, I felt like I'd left my stream open.
Wow, yeah, okay. I hope she enjoyed the pistol, because, look, this is very important for BCG, but bomb goes down, and we know Snappy loves a force buy, Alex, so...
It's because she's doing it right next to the booth, that's why.
Yeah,
oh,
so
I get it now. I've solved it.
Yeah, it's the crowd mics.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I think she's talking about the seeding and how that's all going to unfold.
Oh, that's my favorite conversation. I'm really good at that.
Oh?
Well, the VRS.
Oh, it's not the... Well, okay.
There is some
I'll save... Shocks is doing a whole bit about it. We'll save it till later.
Yeah.
You don't need to hear it from us.
Nope.
But here's the force buy. Galil for Ken.
All right, what's this?
The Deegs tell me it's going to be a slower pace, right? It's not a B pop because it would be very Tech-9 heavy. They're going to go for a long pop, and Aragorn's in the doors.
It's in the Snappy spot.
Oh!
They pulled his cross there, but he still manages to get away with two. A third asking too much, apparently. Kaspersky on the short side. Utiris can't go down and refuses to. An important kill that stops that from spiraling.
Yeah, that got sketchy for a moment.
Bloody hell.
How much more damage can you do? This force buy for NIP, I understand that it's probably not going to go their way, but you want to get another kill, maybe two, try and limit the finances of BCG so they're not too strapped by the time you make it to the first rifle round. This will not be a scenario where it becomes like a 1v1 and the bomb goes down and then Snap says, let's force again. This will surely be them taking the eco, right?
Right?
Oh, no.
Really low. Deagle, hard to hit. Spots him out towards the Gandalf. He has got spot as well. The flank coming in. I think they were aware it's a possibility from Electronic. He doesn't want to overcook. Doesn't want to go too soon. Utiris, I like this smoke. It's going to bail out his teammate. Wrinkle comes swinging in. An important kill provided by Electronic. And Snappy might just try and play for the plant here.
Oh, they're giving it to him.
Yep, he gets extra cash. Not going to be too bad. Does actually manage to get the drive-by onto Crazy, so denies one of them.
Okay, so I actually take that back. This is the type of scenario where Snappy does do the crazy scenario of let's force again.
And that's where Wrinkle gets his first AWP in this half, 6 rounds in.
Yeah, look, now Snappy right now is 4.2k. It could just be hero AK drop, and then everybody else eco, and then Wrinkle will still be able to get out.
I like that. Let's do that.
So there's options available. It's not so cut and dry. I would... With your sentiment, I would like to see them make sure Wrinkle gets his AWP because we have seen the head-to-head between him and Simple, and I'd like to see more. Oh, they go. I knew they would go again.
Yeah, you were right. We are going to get that head-to-head still. Scout versus AWP is a potential if Simple was starting middle. However, that's not the case. A 4-man long lean.
Yes, and this tells me they know that Snappy likes to go for these double-down force buys. You wouldn't have, if you thought it was just going to be the eco or a hero AK, you wouldn't have played 4-1. So this is essentially a gun round.
Mm-hmm. This little partnership, Electronic and Utiris working, sweeping back through mid to make sure nothing slipped the net early. They can be a bit light on A.
They're playing a lot of faith right now in Simple. So gambling for the B or B split, and then they'll play retake A. How many repeaks will Simple go for? That's my question.
It's one flashbang.
Oh, he's committed. Not playing retake anymore, Alex.
Still manages to nail one on the cross. Shush confirmed. Doesn't hit the flick. They're closing the gap. That elevated angle. Kaspersky brought down by Aragorn and Simple combined. Shush with the necessary trade. It's Wrinkles. Scout gets nothing there. Quite aggressive from Electronic through the doors, but the bomb planted in a 2-on-4. How do you possibly manage to level the odds in this one? You'd have to spray them both down. Shush with just a 1 and done. Caught mantling is Snappy. BCG take it. Weathering the storm of the back-to-back force buys.
All right, well, they've grabbed Simple's AWP, and this is tough because those issues you were talking about of it being late to the party by the time Wrinkle gets his AWP, if Simple continues to find multiple kills like this, he's going to feel like he's literally outgunned. So they will take another partial now. But this can snowball quickly. They're in the lead. BCG, 8-7, their map choice. Nuke up next. And that's one where I really feel they're going to be tested and put through their paces. But Ancient to close if we need to get there. Snappy with the hero scout. Had one in the first half, worked out quite nicely. Both teams winning lighter buys within the first half of play. And we've split the pistols. So pretty damn even affair so far. As they played 4-1 again, BCG, to guarantee this long control. Aragorn chipped away. Wrinkle on top of the car. So he gets a bit of flak damage. Biggest issue I see right now for NIP is just not enough utility to make any magic moments. So if you can get a cheeky pick, and then you can scale on a timing while BCG try and calm and calculate how they need to rotate, that's their best way into a round like this. So you wouldn't want to be in any rush if you're NIP. Take your time. Give yourself as many opportunities. One domino falls, you could snatch this round away.
Yeah, you've got Shush equipped with that armored AK-47 if you do need a closer.
So B split. They have the one smoke for the mid to B on Kaspersky.
Hasn't been much of a test for this B duo, so intrigued to see how Crazy and Electronic handle things.
Are they just going to try and B explode with Kaspersky smoking doors? If he was down for the mid to B, I might get interested in this situation. So it's been juggled across to Can. Is it Lurk smoke? No? Okay. Just lining it up for doors. So they're hoping to overrun a light. Ooh, a bit early on that. I was going to say if Electronic threw that off of the timing, but here they come.
Oh, he's got a lot of work to do.
Crazy's going to be smoked off.
We've channeled into Crazy. Force forward. Does stand his ground. Spray controlled. Finds the head of Shush. That's the rifle gone. 2 on 4. It's fallen apart for NIP. Mutiris arriving on the scene, confirms their position. A nice headshot. Crazy delivering buckets and spades. 4 kills in the round. Not the first time we've seen Crazy with an impactful multi. Strong start to the half. Puts them up to 9. Yeah. Now we get the guns out. It's still going to be with like a little asterisk. Shush forced into the Galil, but I mean, tell you what, Electronic going down after 1, it really had to be Crazy.
And that's it with the setup in the door smoke. Crazy has to push through, otherwise they give up the sight and then they get an extra gun. And that retake becomes extremely difficult. So big play from Crazy. Second timeout from NIP. And Wrinkle will get his AWP. Not a great spawn for mid or long. But I would expect NIP to give themselves an opportunity in a default now. You're yet to win a round in this second half. 4 straight rounds, the pistol, the conversions, but none of them have been relatively easy for BCG, right? There's always been some type of a buy they've been up against, which is keeping the stress. This time it won't be the 4-1, it'll just be a standard 3-2, and actually,
Simple.
Starting short. Oh, tagged him.
Yep, Kaspersky gets tagged up. Can't believe he's going for a potential repick there.
They can give it up because Mutiris already started short, and they can take mid and B. Look, they are in lower tunnels. They already have so much map control, so the fact that they opened like this is huge.
But also, 2 ex-Na'Vi players, surely they know the counter to the Na'Vi.
Well, because you have the info, it means you haven't had to use your util to block. So they haven't been blocking B with the traditional incendiary or smoke. They're going to have so much more util to cause issues on the cross. So Electronic is closing the door on this by being in T-spawn. Crazy staying in lower tunnels to make sure they can't come short. And then they can continue to block, and now you have them completely boxed in. Once you've cleared out top, mid, green box, they all have to be long. This will still come down to a brawl. You have the information. That's good, but you still need to win the fight as they come for the cross.
Okay, Electronic.
He should play to contain.
I think that's the plan.
They're blocked again.
So what, you either find an angle around that smoke, or you push at 25 seconds? Like, that's not a nice...
Now that Aragorn's at car, this becomes extremely difficult.
And you're right about this util, Chad. There's another one.
Yeah.
Like, you can see how difficult this has become. Uncomfortable. Doesn't quite really explain.
Double molly.
Aragorn forced forward. Just going to have to unload his mag. He does some significant damage. The flag will activate. Doesn't spray down too simple, though. Finds Snappy towards the car cross. Ken trying to make a cross for it, but Crazy manages to catch him with a break of the smoke.
Save.
Yeah, Frinkle and Kaspersky both very worse for wear. Aragorn's bullets, leg shot onto Kaspersky. Both of them need to get out of there.
Worked out better than the 4-1, didn't it? The fact they have so much info, that was very well played. And then Aragorn getting across the car, what you think should be a spot that's clear, they don't want to play, it just makes it so much tougher. Otherwise, you're worrying about the push through the smoke in top A.
Like, how many smokes was that? 4 long block smokes?
Yeah, you're going to be feeling pretty rough around the edges if you are NIP on the back of this. Simple with that tag through the corner of the wall. And then Electronic thought he would be farming him up. He's had a couple of really nice moments. You go back to day 1 on Overpass. Had some really key frags from behind when they weren't expecting, and these positions they weren't ready for, but NIP, and in again, lost bonus will help them. Wrinkle's going to take the line.
Okay. How do we see...
Last tick of the molly, they'll go last tick.
Yeah,
here we go.
Going to go for a little pop. Yep, Crazy tucks in. Electronic gets his gun out. Crazy's got to find the first. A little pre-fire does deliver. Tucks in, forces them wider. 2 is absolutely absurd. A third! Crazy and Mutiris defending the site valiantly.
Flawless CT side still. 6 straight rounds now. Wrinkle going to save. They're going to hunt him. They're going to take this away. They know it's max loss bonus.
Contrast
You're not
to
getting the bomb down.
It's over already. How on earth? He lives and dies by the sword of the aggressive call.
So Crazy has had, what, 11 kills in this half?
Yeah, 4 kills, 3 kills, 3 in the pistol, so yep.
You're running out of momentum. Well, actually, you have no momentum if you're NIP. I take that back. This is perfect, right? So AWP takes the line. You're going last tick because what you want to do is you want to catch the player fluffing around the back of the site. Normally, he's starting to throw that smoke as the incendiary is about to fade, right? And you want to catch him on that timing. Right. But Crazy playing close car, it opens up that perfect crossfire. Is a light buy. A couple of Tech 9s, Deagle, Glock, U2, and trying to take the source out of the round. So it's a change of pace. Second top door smoke. Still have enough nades for a few options. They could take short control and then go back into the mid to B with the crisscross. He's misthrown that, hasn't he? Yeah, he's completely fluffed that. Much further to the right with that one. He's picked the wrong piece of wood, unless he was planning on smoking the doors, but it looked like to me it was meant to be the mid to B. Now they're lining up this classic B pop, but they don't have a molly for back plat or sight.
They're coming through the flames. Crazy eats the flash. He's completely blind. How is he still alive? Messy from Snappy's Tech 9, but the site is theirs. Electronic is outside of the bomb site, conceding the space, conceding the plant. This one's got legs for NIP.
Now they have to wait for Aragon. Are they going to let him come through tunnels? They're also worried a bit of a lurk. So Aragon's starting to clear through, make sure nobody's close doors. He might just join them and they all go through window and doors. Speaking of window...
Oh, what? Referee? Like it was on his head.
They can smoke up a tunnels. Oh!
What's going on?
They might lose it all here. This is a tough retake.
Especially now the clock's gone this fine. You got to go now. Channeling through the window. Good flash. Great flash. Electronic finds the first. A second required. Running him down. Time-sensitive mission, but they've got just enough for the 5-second defuse.
Oh, this is close.
Just enough.
Didn't even blink. Oh, that's 12.
I mean, if you're Electronic in that situation and Crazy's been flashed and gets nothing, and you are outside of the bomb site, you better get 3 on the retake.
Yeah, that is very tough.
Damn. I mean, damn, fine margins. And NIP, I can't help but feel a lot of the rounds this half have been really demoralizing ones for NIP to be losing.
Well, every round they have had something to fight with.
Right. There's always been like a conversation. I mean, the B rush perhaps the exception.
Well, this could be 8 straight rounds to close it.
0 CT rounds?
T rounds.
Sorry, T rounds. 100% CT rounds for BC.
Is that shot in the replay?
Yeah, like, he's got the angle. Where's that bullet going?
Oh, okay.
The tracer looked like it went through his head. Maybe it is inaccuracy on the head. I don't know. It's cool to see them implementing that, though.
Yeah, needed any trick in the book to try and get back into that one, but very well done with the flashes on the retake. Wrinkle's boosted.
Look hard, actually.
Is it the sweep to close for BCG? Back to their winning ways. Late boost.
You think it's clear. That smoke does cover the progressions. Wow. Simple, real quick to that one. As Kaspersky dead to right, books him. An opening kill to keep this clean. Nice from Ken, though. He has managed to remove Crazy with a quick tap. He knows there's likely a second man, and so does fall back and plays his life. What's the finish from Snappy? Short being held, Mutiris with an incendiary. They might choose to push it head of, and they will.
That B flake is limp.
HE. good damage onto Snappy's front door. Could spread that, could get really uncomfortable for Mutiris. He's going to take the fight. Hectic, he's done well. Gets the burst, finds the frag. Spread finds him as does the Wrinkle Orb. Shush should be planting. Wrinkle's going to try and lend a hand. Presence on the long side from Aragorn. Simple hoping for an aggressive peek, and he does get what he was hoping for. Wrinkle exposed on the boxes. We have game. VC game taking their map pick, Dust2 pick, and a flawless second half of play. NIP back to the drawing board. It's going to have to be a good nuke.
Yeah, it's their map up next of New, but we're going to throw this one down to the desk. Who are you taking, guys? You want Simple or you want Wrinkle in the open head-to-head?
It's obviously going to take a little bit of a while.
Yeah, I think it was just funny because op head-to-heads don't really happen as much as people think they do or maybe believe they do, but here we actually got it a couple of times, and I think Simple did a great job, especially in that first half, you know, when they were struggling to find some rounds on the T side, right? But they got, I mean, just enough, I was going to say, but considering they didn't lose a single round in the second half, you know, one would have been enough in the grand scheme of things. But their CT sides, when they get rolling, man, they've been good.
Yeah, but this is exactly what I was trying to look for before the game started. Like, I wanted to see BC Game go back to their former reigns and how they did on day one, you know, where they actually got hyped. And sure, they also had situations today to be hyped about. And you could see that it was just a different picture when you looked at the player camps and how they reacted toward each other, you know. And that confidence boost that they managed to gain just also made all the players play better. Like, the connections were better, the communication was better, and also the reactions whenever they had to make something happen. That just worked out in favor for them.
Did someone troll him? Did someone lower his chair on purpose? Like, I'm just looking, it's like he's all the way down, looking up at me. I'm like, what do I didn't touch anything? What's going on?
Imagine like Simple ran over in half time. He's heard what he's been saying. You've been saying about him. Maybe that happened.
I'll be justified.
I think we also see, you know, we're talking about the T-side struggle for BCG, right? Just a different map, something a little bit more simple where things can get rolling, where you can just wait for the reactions from your opponents and don't have to play overpass where it's so huge and it's so hard to get going, and your players can activate a bit more on an individual level. I think has helped them a lot here. Do
you want to go back to that first half then, when we're talking about T-side for BC game? Was pretty back and forth, very much compared to the first half. What have you picked out for us, Yanko?
Yeah, it's back-to-back rounds that they were able to string together, gun rounds, because NIP has some of that heroic mentality, right? Like on the CT side, it's almost like we're on the T side, we're going to come at you, we're going to be aggressive, we want that information, you know, one-for-one trade on the CT side. We'll take that, right? And that's something that on the T side, I mean, it can be just a game plan, right? Like, you can just make a play, take some map control. Hopefully, maybe if you can get an opening kill from that point on, you can just freeze, you can just wait for the reaction from your opponents, and then you can punish them for that. And if we get to these rounds, I think you'll see that that's exactly what BCG was able to do. Yeah,
9 and 10, that was the back-to-back ones in the first half. If we can roll those.
Sick round timeline works. Thank you guys.
Let's go. We can see it. I love that. And yeah, dominant on the CT side as well. But yeah, I think it totally illustrates exactly what you were saying about punishing that.
And even in this one, I mean, Simple is the first death, but Aragorn, they've told us he likes to get active, he likes to go for plays, and he finds that kill. You can see now that they want to re-aggress, they want to get that info, and, you know, two players get punished immediately, Wrinkle as well gets traded, and that's the round pretty much done and dusted, right? And this was after NAP was on a bit of a roll with some rounds, BCG managing to win one, so the reset round obviously hugely important. Simple has Wrinkle's number one more time, and you can see again, like, they really want to fight. On the side of NAP, two players on mid, one coming up Cat, but just very prepared BCG for these moves, anticipating them, and just getting two, you know, quote-unquote easy rounds, right? Because they didn't have to do all that much except for punish their opponents, and that's what a map like Dust 2 perhaps enables you to do sometimes.
Exactly like the point that I actually want to bring up now. That I wouldn't say that NRP gifted them rounds, but I mean, like, BC Game didn't have to work too much around it because NRP really tried to be proactive in their ways of going for, like, they were fighting for the cat control before things actually happened. They were fighting in middle, they were trying to make pushes, and, you know, sometimes you just have to sit back and wait for your opponents to make mistakes. And I think that NRP obviously also came with a sort of a game plan where they, instead of starting off by playing too stiff and trying to be working together to playing too much in the like textbook Counter-Strike, they all want to free them up because that was worked for them yesterday. And obviously it did seem to be working out for them the CT side, but then once they got to the T side, things really took a different turn.
And sometimes you have to be wary of that, you know, as a team, and, you know, from coach, IGL standpoint, whatever, it's like, yeah, you like to be active. That's a good approach to go for plays, to communicate, to be proactive, absolutely. But you need to think about who you're playing on the other side, right? Like, BCG hasn't looked like mega coordinated on their T sides, right? So you are doing them maybe a favor by being that proactive and allowing them, you know, to win rounds and get advantages just by punishing your moves. Maybe by giving them some free, see if they can have a 5v5, you know, how are they going to end the 5v5 round, what sort of executes, finishers they had in place. You know, we saw earlier on in a 5v5 that fake B split into a tunnels pop, you know, they shut it down completely with just the 2 B players, so something to keep in mind.
Yeah, and there's this clear picture that, you know, whenever they got the openings, they had this idea that NRP would be pushing, so they would just be waiting for them. And if you give them too many of these openings, then you also kind of put yourself in a position as the CT side that you need to go for these type of plays too much, and then it just gets too much of the good stuff, right? It's like finding that right balance, and I totally agree with you in the whole thing. If you give them too many openings, they can just sit back and, you know, piece the things together instead of actually working it out themselves.
It's a question I wanted to ask you prior to this game, but we ended up not having enough time. You mentioned the kind of game plan, snappy, that conversation, and when you kind of have to decide to, okay, maybe this isn't working, maybe we're being too strict around it. From your experience, does that happen during the game? Is that a post-game talk? Like, is there a moment when you're literally in the server and go, okay, the plan just isn't working, let's go with our gut instinct, let's go from some different ideas?
I think you realize mostly in the post-game, that's when you get to look at it, but you also get to feel it throughout the game. You can just feel that the players are too stuck in the mindset of that I'm supposed to do X and then A and Y will happen, but if that actually doesn't happen, then they stop. I wouldn't say they stop thinking for themselves, but then they're thinking, well, what is supposed to happen now? Because the thing that I thought was going to happen didn't actually. And instead of playing with what they have in front of them, that's what I'm always trying to see. Like, focus on what you have in front of them. Don't think too much about what you have been told in practice, like this player likes to do this and that. It's more about you focus on what is happening in front of you. And when it comes to young players, especially if they have a lot of trust in Snappy and exist that they put up a game plan that is supposed to work. But then if it doesn't, then they will probably be thinking, well, if the experienced guys have come up with a plan and that doesn't work, then what are we supposed to do? And it can easily spiral into a thing where they get nervous and afraid of making mistakes, and that means that they will start not playing out of intuition, and they will start playing this more stiff play style where it's, oh, I might, it's better that I'm holding back instead of trying to get that space that I normally do in practice. And when they stop doing that, that spirals into that the anchor or the lurker all of a sudden doesn't get the space that he's supposed to be getting, and then it just spirals out of control.
I think also probably seeing that they don't feel super confident of Dust 2 at the moment. I mean, I didn't really like that second force buy back-to-back, right? It's reeked of desperation a little bit, and Wrinkle, who was so good on the op, couldn't get it for a while. You know, you're 4-0 down without playing a real gun round. I mean, in the second half, right? And that makes it difficult. Now you've given BCG momentum. They have an incredible, you know, a very strong economy behind them, so they can go for more risky plays, aggressive plays. They can go for that retake as well on the B bomb side. That if they don't have that much money, you definitely go and save in that situation. So yeah, I would expect them though to show us a better face on Nuke.
And it's like, I'm all in that NRP has had a really poor T-side in this one, but I actually felt like they were trying, because at the beginning it was, they had Wrinkle standing in upper tunnels. They were trying to have like an explosive play onto the A-bomb side from the short in the first round. And then as the game progressed and they felt like, okay, this is actually not working, Snappy kind of pulled the troops together. He went for like a long pop where he would have all 5 players, then he would turn it into having 5 players returning back to the B-bomb side. And this given situation, this is where they've actually taken the long control. But the reaction to BC game is just really good. In the beginning of this round, they already pushed into tunnels. They got all the info. And as Chat mentioned inside of in the round, that just allows if you get this type of information so early in the game, you actually end up in a position where you could just save your utility. And you saw that long smoke being refreshed, I think it was 3 or 4 times, which just put the pressure on NRP to make a decision. And they probably figure out in that round that, okay, we're boxed in. They know we're all long. What are we supposed to do? We only have one way, and that's actually forward.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling.
It is the worst
when you get long insta, but then you don't start going to the bomb site in a full minute, and you don't have a lurker anywhere. You just know, like, we have no information. They're probably either behind us or all waiting for us in the bomb site, and you know that's the issue when you all in on that long rush. That's why we see 4-1 a lot, so you at least have the information on what's going on.
It's like the alarm bells are definitely ringing when you see that smoke being refreshed 3 or 4 times. Then you're thinking, okay, something's off. They know something's off.
10-second thought from both of you on this one. Maybe hope lays in wait. NIP's pick of Nuke up next. Is this a saving grace? Are we going to see 3 maps?
I think so. I'll give it to NIP.
If they can't beat them on Nuke, then they gotta start picking something else.
Well, we're going to have to head to a quick break before the action will indeed resume. Nuke picked by NIP, hopefully a lifeline here in Krakow. It's going down after these short ads.
It starts with a dream, with a team you barely know, in an amateur official that feels like the grand final, where practice becomes progress, and every loss feels like a lesson. When will your journey begin?
We got a speeder. He's way over the limit. This dude is spinning.
Calm down, little man. We got bigger fish to fry.
What, we're just gonna let him go?
We've got movement.
You are late.
Sorry, I had to get away from the team during prac. You've got the stuff, right?
I have a few snap taps if you're interested.
Say, you got any more of those jump throw A-listers lying around?
You must be joking. Do you have any idea how difficult those are to find these days?
Fuck it, I'll take some null bites. Give me a couple null bites.
Get on the ground now! I will not ask you again!
So just get on the ground, sir. Sir, please, just get on the ground. He's got a bind! Look out, he's got a bind! Why didn't he get on the ground?
These people, they have no honor, no code. They do whatever to get ahead in life. They're not ready to face the consequences.
There's that guy again, spinning. Let's go get him.
You've done enough for one day. Let's just let the kid have some fun.
Officer down, I repeat, officer down.
We are so back.
Are we?
Look at that smile. I've missed that smile, Justin. Apologies are in order.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I did overhear that.
Russell twists Van Solken.
No, No, then we're cool, man. I meant.
Let's not forget Gigabot, Rasmus Hooksy Hoyland. He's gonna get what's coming to him.
No, bro, I thought you meant yourself.
Come again?
Justin's got to be done a tier 1 man.
It's got to be Jova. It's over now.
The way G2 ended and the way that this one ended, it's over.
Mate, you're on FlyQuest.
The one person who had faith in me, and you betrayed me.
Come on, Justin. Mate, I was just having a laugh, mate. Jesus. Tough crowd. All right. Next. Now let me guess. Your mates betrayed you, and literally nobody has faith in you anymore.
Well, it's certainly not simple.
This better be the last one. Oh,
We're in the lower bracket, and a win for BC Game on their map pick of Dust 2. We're heading to NIP's turf in this do-or-die affair. And our question is whether we even need a third map. Will BC Game be able to follow on, chase that momentum built on Dust 2, or will NIP build us into a third on their signature pick of Nuke?
Yeah, bring everybody up to speed. NIP started off the tournament with a 0-2 loss to Liquid with the standing Crimbo. They went on to take out Passion and eliminate them 2-1. BCG's road started with a win over Legacy, who have also been eliminated, and then a bit of a demoralizing loss to the Frenchmen. 3D Max had their way with them on Overpass and Anubis. That's how we find ourselves battling for a spot in Stage 2. And a flawless CT side on Dust 2 means that they have the momentum running into Nuke. This is a map they have played together online. They got the victory. NIP, they played it 3 times.
There's going to be a lot of running in this pistol. Certainly no nading. 5 sets of Kevlar and Aragorn. A nice aggressive position in the hut. Be able to react if Crazy needs help. He does. He really does. He's going to back away to B.
They're going to chase him down. Yeah, they're quick on this.
And Crazy, he just wants to play for that one tap. He's got it again. Don't forget the impactful CT pistol we just saw on Dust 2. Gets his first, dips away, concedes the space. Vent rotate. All the bodies are here. They're going to be coming for Kaspersky. Simple makes a bit of a meal of that. Ken distracted by it, though. Mutiris will profit, and it's all collapsing for the Ninjas. They were really hoping to put their best foot forward. Starting off their map pick with a pistol, especially on T-side Nuke, would have made all the difference, but they get nothing. A couple of consolation frags, but BCG taking another pistol.
All right, well, this is where we know exactly how the game can flow for Snappy with the calling. And it can really turn into a bit of a sunken cost fallacy, right? If they're able to get this force, get close, get the bomb down like we saw in Dust 2, they force again, and it waylays the traditional game plan. Snappy loves the shock and awe, right? We all know the end stays where he had that explosive roster that were able to run you down. But if it doesn't work in MR12, it can get away from you damn quick.
Yeah, and it's something that we've also, we've highlighted that when it's working at its best, even if you know that's his tendency, it can be difficult to beat them at it.
Every round's pressure, right?
Yes.
Every round has something you have to be ready for.
Walk through that. Kaspersky, a real forward position that does catch Simple off guard. Crazy. This is crazy. He's got so many opportunities. How does he profit? Just the one. Good awareness from Kaspersky. Maybe waiting a little too long.
No one's down on B. Oh, just rotating now is Aragorn. He's too late to this.
It's looking great for the Ninjas. No pistol, no problem. No pistol, but you'll take a second round instead. Kaspersky's forward momentum, slipping the ramp smoke, an early kill onto Simple. And a second onto the boosted Crazy. Nutiris would have loved that onto Ken.
Yeah, if they get one back in, they might give it a go because they're hanging around, so they're giving it a look. And that should be that now. Electronic with the, I was going to say auto shotty. They boosted him up to make sure they get this rifle. So definitely back off and hold on to these. Now this is when it goes right. And that's all on Kaspersky, right? I imagine the conversation outside in the huddle is, boys, we're eliminated if we lose this map. We don't want to have regret. So if there's an opportunity you want to make a play, Snappy's style, you need to, right? He can make the calls, but you need to deliver him the frags to convert the rounds. And Kaspersky at the pole, going to be very happy with that. 2 in his back pocket. The second, very important, because a multi-kill from Crazy there. BCG would start to swarm. Okay, so the setup It's something you have to keep in mind for BCG. It's going to be simple Mutiris combo outside.
I'm trying to look at Electronic. Like, when did he catch him? He just glanced up. Wow, fair play. Fair play to him. Like, his teammates had already passed and rounded the corner. He still has the presence of mind to consider the boost. So we'll get some guns out. Electronic and simple.
Yeah, so Mutiris has donated that one, and they'll go for this little cheeky boost.
Yep, Silo Jiggle spotted the boost.
You don't repick that.
Nope.
Oh, Ken's playing through the smoke.
Oh, there we go. It's more of the same. Kaspersky in the previous, now Ken just throwing a bit of aggression into the mix.
Very, very quick.
Oh, a lot of space.
Simple will be aware of the possibility. So a lot of outside room. Normally this forces you into the lobby play.
He's purely holding for the potential on that main roof. Currently Snappy's MP9 up there.
And they're giving them lobby, right? You can see the position of Shush. He's on T-roof. So they're happy to give all this over. They want to take these fights on yard. They would give them the lobby space. That's okay. So you'd be looking for like a heaven hell finish.
Shot.
A surf in there from Snappy.
Nice from Simple, though. Distracts him, removes him, and now B is going to be, well, a rotation required. You can see the descent of Crazy. Just a 5-7 and a second body arriving.
Mutiris has a smoke, Alex. He could block the windows. He could block the single door.
40 seconds as well. How do you throw it? Where does he throw it? Window.
Okay, so they can... I was going to say lob a smoke out of single, but they don't have a smoke.
Crazy. Oh, the perfect angle, the swing. Completely overlooked the potential. It's Ken that's gone down. Needed another. Simple manages to build off of it. Punishes Wrinkle exposed. Kaspersky, awkward situation with 20 seconds. They're considering it. His teammates coming back to join him. Simple's holding the line already. Mutiris ready to punish. That's the angle. They have to plant. Kaspersky's going to be focused on that. There's a back turn. Oh, not enough damage. Still weird. Shush in the clutch, but no time. Just going to try and keep hold of his AK. BC game. Wrestle back for control. They're just trading blows back and forth.
We saw this the other day with NIP in the server against Liquid. That was a fixture of that matchup. Took, I think, 7 or 8 rounds. 4 teams were able to break serve. Yes.
Well positioned by Crazy.
It should have looked a lot simpler, right? Mutiris gets that kill. It's over. So got a little bit sketchy there towards the tail end. But saved AK, a couple more can be invested upon. Shush got TK'd there for 5 damage.
Unbelievable.
So fast, Shush trying to make a move out the door here.
Oh, really are seeing NIP playing without any fear. Has to be careful. There was flames on one side and a HE in his face. Aragorn anti-flash. Oh, controls the spray, but flash.
They're in.
It connects, they are in. Kaspersky. Got a lot of work to do. Mutiris already removing some of the supporting cast. And yeah, they were caught out by the walk there. Really cheeky. Uncomfortable for Wrinkle, but with low HP, Simple's just crated. Simple has just crated. And Mutiris has gone down as well. Big clutch available for Wrinkle. Pulls it off. That's a horrible way for it to go down for BC Game. And for Simple in particular. Oof.
Okay, that's one where the stress is definitely going to spike for BCG.
So Aragorn gets his, eats the flash, traded.
Taz has taken a timeout. I think, yeah, there's going to definitely have been some words exchanged here. This looks so labored as well from Wrinkle. How does Crazy not kill him? Especially with the moments that we've seen Crazy have in this last patch. That must have looked damn ugly from his POV.
Ken is beating himself up, man.
Yeah, I think there was definitely some words being had there. So the fact Taz takes this, he can interject. He can get in between any of it. And you are going to see them force buy in again. Or at least I think you should. Loss bonus dictates. All right, well...
I mean, this is Counter-Strike roller coaster where you go that high. You've just said to your teammates, that was a really important round. Good job. This one should be a little bit less chaotic. And instead, it's a 1 versus 3 where he only gets 2 kills.
Yeah, and this is a situation where you lose this round now as BCG, it's worth 2 for NIP.
Right, and you got some MAC 10s as well, so you're going to be able to punish those exposed heads. Only 1 helmet in the mix.
So last time they were in this scenario, they took yard control, they took warehouse space, and they got picked apart and tried to finish B. This time, more direct, straight down secret, not going to mess about. Going to be less complicated. Simple need to play in the block.
Gets his smoke down, anticipates that MAC 10 fast. So that will shave a bit of time off the clock.
Mutiris has another one of those that he's able to assist with, but currently the wrong part of the map. He's actually up heaven, so how are they going to get more players down here to help Simple?
I don't know if they are. Are they just hoping that that's smoke or hoping that the GOAT can handle this? It's asking an awful lot. Perfect Molotov. Electronic is going to lend a hand. He'll hide out in the vents as Simple confirms Bomber is down here. Going to need some help. Good clear as well from Ken. That's his opening kill, his first kill, excuse me. Simple. He's going to have trouble with that. Really nice nimble from Snappy's Mac 10. The range is not ideal. No one's saying that. Still, though, a little bit of a timing window here for Mutiris. He's behind them, but he's going to have to do it all. Goes for a second, and there's Wrinkle. Okay, an IP, so worth 2, as you highlighted.
Snappy laughing that one off right there, the SMG battle at range. But, okay, we'll have to be the eco now. An IP.
See how high Simple has his desk? It's like completely towering over his teammates.
He's a tall man.
He is a tall man. But also an inspiration to K Serata, who apparently has adopted his seating position.
Yeah, you were doing the lobby today, getting to talk to all the Stage 2 teams.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's going to be very fun to see who in this final day of Stage 1 is going to be able to advance. Another game after this one as well.
Eyes on this flash.
A Desert Eagle and a flashbang.
Gotta let it rip, otherwise they're going to be... Oh!
Yeah, that does connect. Still around the smokes, it's looking good. It's a farm fest for the SMGs. It's that crazy USP. He's always good for one with it. Doesn't even matter if he's against armored opponents. Second as well from Electronic to keep the finances down.
Okay, hold up!
Into a Deagle. That was very nearly a 1v1.
Tough one for Dennis the Menace.
Certainly is. It's held by the rifle. Yeah, not the weapon he'd wanted.
Pretty good eco, though.
You can't really complain with 3 kills on an eke.
Yeah, so you've kept them somewhat limited, but that's 4 rounds T-side nuke already. The CT wall needs to be put up right here, right now, if BCG are hoping to get this one done in 2. Simple will not get out of the AWP, and nor will Wrinkle, so this is going to be M4 heavy for one side and AKs on the other. Now, how are they going to stop Snappy from getting this secret control? And if they do, is it just Can taking the space? Like already, the bit more pep in the step, the zest we've seen under the NIP players looking for fights as they harass over towards top. A couple of nades in the main, ready to spam. Not going to make it comfortable for the pairing on A. As Ken, he's got that room.
Yeah, he's got lots of room. Actually, never mind. Simple. Good awareness, catches that main play. Aragon's missed one.
It's behind you.
He's missed one. An easy frag. Good trade. Mutiris from main. He's in trouble, using that smoke to reposition. Mutiris managing to mantle up hard. That should completely calm things down.
Feeling a bit hard done by there if you're Shush. You're out in topside so deep, and everyone else is still restricted in lobby. So you're hoping your teammates are able to make some room, take the room that you've been able to make available for them there.
It was the reactions from Mutiris. He was very quick to that trade.
So settles in now in favor of BCG. So what was left open in that time? Where are they worried about the gaps to be? What players can you identify being dead? All that being pieced together now live with 50 seconds left as they're going to try and contact out the door.
All right.
Good setup to deal with this.
I think Electronic should be good for something here. He will swing out for his and doesn't expect a second one, but Mutiris is there again with these trades. He's 2 kills deep, keeping NIP's frags to a minimum, and Simple, he chips in for 2-2.
Okay, so we've got 6.9 right now on Shush, 5.9 on Wrinkle. They can buy. Now, it was always crazy to think that Simple and Flamey might go and join the Brazilians, but now we have Simple and Electronic who joined the Portuguese. Well, the Portuguese joined them. Either way.
It's one hell of a chapter, for sure.
He knew there was going to be a couple of borers in his life, and he's found them. So, will it be back-to-back rounds to destroy the finances of NIP?
Just having a laugh.
Yeah, and that was one of the keys, right? To see the attitude on day one. They were down 10-2 first half versus Legacy. They draw it all the way back. And you're like, okay, this isn't going to be a divorce waiting to happen.
Yeah, right. I think that's always a concern.
I think it was the major concern, right? Is like, how is this going to work? Taz, in an interview, saying he's fortunate that he has the respect of the likes of Simple and Electronic because of his 1.6 history, right? Taz is an absolute legend on the banners here in the Krakow studio. Is they going to use this fast lurk smoke? Try and Maybe get down the vent. Doors naded off.
Shush. Aggressive pathing. Electronic trying to oversee.
That entire combo is to allow this type of move.
Yeah, try and spot out someone aggressive hurt. Maybe you go straight through the smoke and you book him with a flashbang. Oh, what? Didn't hard clear it.
Down the vent, though.
Okay.
He's heard that.
Yeah, the bomb's on its move, making its move. Snappy going to try and play for the plant. Simple's there in time. Denied. Kaspersky, an important one, should enable the plant at the bare minimum. Ken catches and cuts, rotates. He's not ready for Aragorn. Yes, he is. Impact from Ken. Kaspersky in the clutch now, basically completely detached from his teammate. Eats the nade, does damage, and Ken's here to clutch up. Double swing, double fight. Oh, it's the Muteris trade. You can't get away from it. It is inevitable.
Good attempts right there.
Yeah, exists making sure Ken gets his flowers for his impact on that when he made that doable. Kaspersky
Completely different round. Oh, he saw him.
Yeah, he saw the little shoulder.
All right, so that pathing right there, he's coming out, focusing for that while the flashes are going off behind him. Right, so Shush doing his pathing, catches the arm. If he gets the kill, completely different round.
Yeah.
Nice fucking info.
Nice info. All right. Okay, oh, here they go again. This is that sunken cost fallacy I was talking about, where most teams would just take a lighter investment and then use the 2,400 into the next for a full buy. Snappy's going again. He knows it came down to a 1v1. So he wants to try and punish and keep the finances right where he likes it.
Love this. Audacious from Electronic. Very forward position into the hut now. A test for Crazy is inbound.
Yeah, he is on his own. He doesn't have support. Oh, here it comes.
Just in time. Simple will be there.
Oh, he's letting Simple take first contact here is Crazy.
And Simple rewarded for that. Finding Kaspersky, hoping to hide out and be overlooked is Crazy. Now he tries to catch them as they further forward. Electronic locking the door behind them.
Or the bomb.
Ballsy to be pulling out a nade. Crazy does control the M4. Snappy that removes that locked door. Gives them
that
avenue.
came from. Ken was good last round with the lurk.
He was, and he's doing it again. Simple could very likely be sideswiped by the main arrival so late.
Aragon's considered this.
Okay, and yeah, Simple gets that warning shoulder from Shush. Snappy in the hut, Ken out yard. Weird division of labor for the T's, and you're right, Aragorn was perfectly prepared for that one. Again with the Muteris trade, covers his teammates. It will be BC Game taking the lead.
Okay, so this is about assembling the blue wall, as mentioned. 3 consecutive will have to be the eco now from Snappy and the boys. No bomb going down, 3 players staying alive. Maybe just some deagles, go head hunting. But it feels, with the way that Aragorn's laser-focused main, they are playing good nameplate Counter-Strike. Okay, Yard player's still alive. We have to consider this. It's covering Simple. He can take the door fight. Considering the limited time they've had together, there's some details that look good. I understand if they do progress to stage 2, it's a completely different ballpark regarding the level of opponent, but this is such early stages of a team no one had any expectations of. And some had maybe too high expectations of, seeing the Great One back in the server. This whole BCG project, was it just a way to get Electronic trips on a helicopter? Well, flying high right now, 5-4. Up against the Eco, likely to be 6.
Yeah, I'm actually, pleasantly surprised to see how well they're meshing. It just seems like such a kind of left field mixture.
Oh, yeah.
And yet, yeah, there's a degree of polish that I wouldn't have expected.
The amount of doors they knocked on looking for cores to give Simple this opportunity, insane.
Yeah, this is an opportunity that he won't let go to waste.
If I were the BCG ownership and I've said I've just spent this much money, you would want him to be trying to deliver. And I'm sure that hunger, the adrenaline of competing, you're not going to get it anywhere else in life, right? This is where you get it, and I'm sure that's what Simple's been missing. Back at a Winter Championship, and oh.
Well done! Finds Kaspersky, and a second onto Wrinkle. That's nice. Quick reactions over the top of the smoke, and very real possibility. Another one's due. Number 3. Denied on the jiggle.
Taking every peek he can right now. Really want to limit your casualties. Aragorn on the 150. It's 1,000 in the back for Electronic, 1,000 for Muteris. You definitely want to keep 5 alive if you can. So Simple low might go down. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so all 5 staying alive. That's a nice round considering we've only got 2.
Guys, Probably he wants to do this thing. Three outside? How we call it? I forgot. Ursa, yeah.
Okay. We get some insight from Electronic. Now, I know a lot of people less than impressed with his time on VP. He took the reins over there, and now when you juxtapose that to the success Jame and Dustin are having with Paravision, right? But Electronic has had a really, really poor patch. Cloud9, VP, not the type of counter-strike you're expecting from a player like him, and in the leadership reign, seeing him get very aggressive with certain teammates too. But definitely something to say. Yard control setup. This is essentially what he's just called.
They probably want to go yard with more bodies, so I'll play a forward position. And I won't go down. Mutiris will. Trades.
Okay, now you need to react. Snappy needs to call a quick reaction right now.
It could be asking questions of Crazy, and Simple anticipates the same. He's there in time. They do lose out on Crazy, but Simple hitting Crazy ones. Wrinkle goes down. Shush, the last challenge. He's re-peaking on re-peaks. 32 points of health for Electronic and Simple.
Everyone's low right now. This is very winnable for Shush. You'll get the bomb down. 40 seconds will start.
This could be a very determining factor as to whether or not a third map is required. A fifth round on your T side would be brilliant.
Both going vent. Look at all the util that they have to work with right now. Full belt on Simple. Who trades who? He broke the window, so they think he could be double door side.
You do have that smoke kit, but you've got such low HP, you kind of want to hope that forces a fight, right? Some certainty. They're taking their sweet time here, Chad. Shush. An opportunity to clutch. The nade would certainly do the job. They know they're low. Dunked on! Perfect trajectory. Same challenge. What do you play? You swing on in and Shush will clutch. That's impact.
Okay, you have to make sure you don't get too salty about that swing from Aragon there. He thought he was coming to save the day. His life gets given over, and that is a big clutch one. Another one in this map so far for NIP. They had the one with the Simple crater. Now it's the Shush dunk. So a couple of clutches going in their favor to bring them 5.
Yeah, that means a lot to them.
They still go into this final round battered and bruised with the finances. 2 MP7s, 2 Galils as an AK.
Look at Shush.
Outdoor again.
Electronic forward on Hut.
Smoke wall hasn't landed as intended.
Down the vents. Bomb down immediately. Shush will follow him. Oh, Wrinkle. Yeah, that's a free frag. But this is going to be a very quick plant. Already just shaving the clock down and setting themselves up in a weird one with Ken so late yard lurking. He's going to try and cut off the secret here. 2 of them focused on that.
Oh, spotted.
Yeah.
Have to deal with him quickly.
There he is now, and he can just rot the clock. He's going to try and live as long as he can. His teammates going to need that clock on in their favor. Kaspersky cannot give his life away. We'll dip into the vents. It's
halfway
Shush.
Gone already.
Got a lot of work to do still. Nice from Snappy from Dark. Oh, but Crazy. He's stubborn with this. Makes it awkward, makes it uncomfortable. You know you've got to find a multi. Electronic brings him down. Kaspersky's got to try and get him off the bomb. Where's the cover? No! No time! NIP 6, BCG 6, dead even. You gotta stay tuned. We will be back and we'll find out if Nuke can go the ninja's way, fighting for survival.
Yellow.
Red side, side, and yellow. Yellow dead. Behind. Side. Behind.
Defuse one. Instant. I have. Hold. Okay.
Glasses.
Door.
Nice!
Insta walk. We're not stopping. Careful, OC. There's one stepping under, no?
Yeah.
Just work on him.
Just work.
You're allowed to insert. Chill. They haven't only heard one.
He hit two. They smoked door again. I hold mine. Yeah, I hold windows.
We just reset the round and molly, and then listen. Just chill.
One windows.
Don't get spotted more, please.
I'm sitting 2 rows. Yeah.
They know we are multiple now.
Yeah. One windows.
Give bomb here.
You wanna still go secret? Guys, we should go.
Yeah. We should try to see if we can
just smoke door again.
I will molly here. Let me molly.
The third door smoke. Nice drive. I hold that. I have double open, guys.
You have a smoke?
Double. He saw bomb, double. Guys.
Nice. I will run out single. Can we come?
Yeah. Wait. Distance. Space.
Molly.
I'm molly again.
Help me.
Caraco. Guys, Kevin, I'm coming behind Rain.
Wait.
Nice.
Caraco, oh my god.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Fuck was that?
I was just shooting so many bullets at the guy, man.
Let's keep this party rolling. 6-6, an even division of the rounds in that first half. It was the CT side, though, from BCG, and it is the pick of the Ninjas. Clutches on clutches, Chad.
Yeah.
NIP making the difference in the clutch.
Yeah, well, things come in threes, and so did the clutches. You had to close it down a Kaspersky 1v3. Before that, you had a Shush 1v3, and earlier on in the piece, during the Force Buy Wars, you had a Wrinkle 1v3. Those are difference makers. Those tee you up to win your map choice now that you get to swap over to the CT side.
Oh, it's been many a moon since I saw Simple searching yard with a P250.
Let's see if he can find the opener. He was finding quite a few of them over there on Dust 2. One trickle smoke and away they go. Wrinkle's here.
He's going to commit to it, yeah. Tuck's on the corner, so just going to be playing for the jump scare. Electronic, the first man on the scene, and walks... Wow, walking in, but perfectly pre-aimed. He nails the first bullet out of his Glock. It opens the floodgates. They'll start to spread. Snappy actually going to use that open window to try and kick up a fuss. Ken's having a bit of trouble hitting the bullets. Snappy, good one for the first, but quick trades from Aragorn. 2 kills in the pistol from the Portuguese. Shush on the vent descent, going to have a go. He's been spotted, and it's 3.
Nice. Clean shooting there. Very, very good stuff. That quickly dispels the problem of losing those clutches. Now you've won both pistols. Problem you had in the first half, you didn't convert. Now you have to. Right? This is T-side. This is where I think there's going to be a couple more difficulties. The desk discussing a map like Overpass, it's hard, right? You need to be able to do your defaults. Nuke is going to be the same. It doesn't necessarily have to play it, but sure, we always talk about yard control, smoke walls, push-pull, forcing rotations. You could have a little bit more shock and awe. And if you can deal with this force buy, you're going to be set for what should be 3 straight rounds out the gate. Wrinkle starting assertively over towards Warehouse. Kaspersky will rotate down the vent early, so they're already addressing the problem of the secret leak. But it is smoke and mirrors. Materis has not crossed. Another block smoke thrown to door. One more of those for Ken. So time is actually BCG's friend right now. Let this early block utility expire, and then you're going to be able to pounce the round. Now, there is support for Materis outside. This will be electronic, as there you go. That's that last key piece of utility, and he's got main control.
Yeah, he's got the fight onto Shush as well, looking rather worse for wear on Tetris. Heaven under scrutiny. The fight's working out for them with Ken and Snappy's Deagle. Double from Snappy in the Heaven. And Kaspersky missed shot on the back of Electronic. Now swinging on out. Good covering fire. Electronic has maybe saved them. Wrinkle, a really uncomfortable clutch. knows Crazy's beneath him. Electronic not giving him the fight, and exposed to Crazy just enough. I mean, sweat on the brow, right? BCG, that was a little bit hectic, a little bit scary, but they come out on top.
I want to see those snappy Deagles, please. One of the oldest dogs we've got in Counter-Strike right now, hitting some absolute zingers from the heavens.
Oosh.
Unleashes the first, and then, oh, that is beautiful onto Mutiris with the second. Makes it very, very threatening. And you hear the roar from BCG on the conversion of this round. They know how much that one's worth. On the CT side, you cannot operate with the force by the same as you would on the T. And Simple enjoys that one. This is it, right? You buy this core, you give them Simple and Electronic. You have 15 days worth of practice. You've been together for less than a month as a team. You pick up your opening round win. You're now facing elimination, but you win this. You're already one map to the good. You progress with the big names. And that's where we get to see the chance of a Simple going up against your Donks of the world, the Monasies, the Kiyosukes, right? Moladoys.
That's an exciting prospect.
And it's been some time, right? Obviously, chose himself to step away from Na'Vi. Had a couple of stand-in stints. Falcons, FaZe with the major. Then he's on a roster where it's like, okay, he's with, you know, Sasanito, Andu. It's going to take a while to grind back. You're going to have to do it the hard way. 2026 rolls around. They go shopping. They buy him a core. And it's still Simple after all. I'd love to see him going toe-to-toe with the big names in the big 2026. Counter-Strike keeps rolling on. And for many, the GOAT. Just love to have him on the screen.
Yeah, man. I mean, Counter-Strike's better with James and better.
Okay.
That's not gone great.
A little bit
not feeling good. He's come down the ladder and has had 2 pistols in his face. Snappy. Oh, good cover from Simple. Good clear.
Having a game. 17 kills, 18.
Make it 18.
We'll keep on counting. Him and Electronic, both in the double digits. Same to be said for Crazy. And this is the thing as well. All the talk is going to be about Simple and Electronic, but you have to give credit to these Saw players, right? Yes. Mutiris calling a good game. You get impactful moments from both Aragorn and Crazy. And then you got Taz in here. When things start to get a little bit prickly, he jumps in, makes sure everyone stays focused. And this is the thing, right? Taz with the listen-ins that happened in the past, people were going to paint him with the brush, oh, he's just a cheerleader. Taz is one of the most experienced Counter-Strike players we still have in the scene.
Yes.
Right? This is a wealth of knowledge, a man who knows what it takes to win. And he dealt with personal problems in teams of his own in the past.
True. Yeah, and if anyone knows how to kind of conflict resolve, I think Taz is up there.
Yeah, like back in the olden days, him and Neo, they were on rival teams. They hated each other. Then they played together, were extremely successful. They also had this whole issue with luck for a while. That's why Pasha came in. I'm doing 1.6 ancient history. Like,
nice. And then I could bring up the CSGO history of the Mercedes.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Everyone gets upset and hates each other.
Yeah. Well, Snacks is in the building. He'll be playing later. And Taz, he might be locking in a couple more days of play in just 4 more rounds.
I mean, yeah. T-Side's definitely got off to a flyer with the pistol win, but if you can win the first gun, then it really does feel tantalizingly close. That's if. Ken started out going to be playing actively to report on the secret cross and says no one's home.
The Ken in the coal mine.
Ken in the coal mine. You know, he's quick. Nice throw. Lands perfectly into Kaspersky's hands. He's Danish. It's like a handball thing.
Well, I might be getting punted out of this one very soon, NIP. Yesterday was hard fought. Today...
I'm curious, is this for... Oh, that's not so good.
Who's going down to get that?
Excuse me, can we have our ball back? Kaspersky's got him dead. Oh, Aragorn, rough death. Oh, no vision. Kaspersky still nails a second follow-up headshot. Number 3 as well. That's the Kaspersky we know. Impeccable.
This is where it is going to get hard on the T side, right? Trying to piece together and execute. Definitely doesn't help when he's playing ahead of the nades and finds the first, the second completely blind. This kid's got aim.
He's got aim by the boatload.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So
we were just complimenting Shush's nade throw. Yeah. Well, tough for Aragorn. Really tough for Aragorn. I don't even know if he saw the shoulder just as he swaps to his nades, but Kaspersky, I mean, he's on one. Not even a smile, not even remotely, because he knows how serious this game is. That round is just the start. Need more. Ramp for Snappy. Gotta get out with your life.
Support's on the way, but they won't be able to take the line. Wrinkle will have to give it to him.
Mutiris, this is so quick, so braze. Just running and gunning, hoping to catch Snappy off guard. Kaspersky, prime position for him to do more of the same. Tap some heads. Getting closed in on Snappy Profits. Look at them go. NIP. Feasting, and Snappy gets completely overlooked. Aragorn's had a couple of screamers in back-to-back rounds.
That's got to be comms. Yeah. Okay, so there you go.
There it is.
Is it a Taz timeout? Maybe not this round. Maybe just let it play itself out. You know it has to be an eco now. Give it the 9-9. They wanted to... Okay, so two things happened here. One, Nutiris was disconnected, right? He played through the flames.
Guys, please, don't hurry up. I say 2B. Don't need to push, Muti. You don't need to push.
Look, this is the thing. You would never say that he's wrong with what he's saying. The problem is, and you hear this with, you know, the Eastern European culture, the CIS, that they're much more direct about things.
And, you know, when you're talking to a fellow Eastern European, that's normal, you know? But the difficulty is when you're talking to someone who isn't, it can be perceived, and especially when it is simple.
Yes.
Like just, I know I would play worse the second simple starts sighing down the microphone at me.
Yeah. So, look, a moment of pause right now to be able to start piecing this together. This eco should be farmed up.
Oh, great.
Kaspersky's had enough of this, hasn't he?
Done, action man.
All right, 5 staying alive. So some nice rounds in back-to-back-to-back fashion now for NIP. That's 3 consecutive.
They've shrugged off that pistol loss quick, haven't they?
Yeah, but this is the problem within this map. You're going to be containing all of those lost 1v3s in the first half. If you're BCG, you feel that first half should have been dominant. 9-3 is likely what you feel like you should have been walking away with. Maybe even 8-4, and it's 6-6, and now it's all tied up. And you lose some key moments with things disconnected. The pressure's starting to rise. Taz didn't bother taking the timeout when it was going into the eco. He saved it for a worthwhile moment. Now, again, going to be calming them down, making sure that doesn't flow into this next round. But they need to make sure that they're on the same page with their approach. Will it be technical or will it be in their face? Because the in-the-face moment, like that one previously where they scaled ramp quickly, it looks good, right? They were punishing Snappy, Wrinkle over peak because, oh, my in-game leader's in trouble. If they try and play this chessboard Counter-Strike, doing the smoke walls, playing behind it, they are going to have to make sure they take it at such a tempered pace. And I think NIP will be comfortable playing against that. There are limited nades as well, which removes options for Mutiris to be able to call with. So I feel like it might have to be a bit more direct. Smoke wall, as you can see, not landing.
Happy, same angle, different result, because he sticks around for a little longer here. Wrinkle reacting. Silently down the vents.
But they know he was aggressive door. So you want to try and piece this round together. So they have hit the pause, they've got this ramp control. Still clustered in lobby, no outside space, but they're not aware of that, and the AWP's not out there, so it just doesn't mean it can cover the line for main and the secret cross. There's 2 riflers having to pick up the slack with that. So for their finish, Aragorn has this smoke. It could go to single door, and then they can isolate the bomb site itself. It could go to windows, but they need to hit the shot. Snappy is not going to be able to... They can't allow him to multi. Wrinkle's actually headed back up. It's just Snappy down here.
Oh, this gets hard. I like the angle he's adopted. He's hoping just to catch that first one and then swing on out for number 2. This is the pathing. That's exactly what he was banking on. He can't connect. Electronic, very quick to react. Down the vent, stampeding. Shush audible. Second body counted as well. Kaspersky quick to the double doors. How do they approach a disadvantaged retake? You're smoked off for a moment longer. It will be fading now. Kaspersky has vision from window.
Don't have much space right now, BCG. They're all in the side.
Oh, Mutiris is just a sitting duck, an easy pickup. That's the clawback kill. He's ready for Crazy's angle. Quick one back. Traded by Kaspersky. Just the toes visible. Simple's got to stay active, stay nimble. Kaspersky in a clutch. He'll have a look. He'll definitely have a look. Oh. Gets electronic. Simple in the clutch now. No time really. Swinging on out, but he knows the clock is on his side and finds the headshot as well. An important and impactful 3 kills from Simple. BCG off the back of a Taz timeout. Find the double digits.
I know that they were in a scenario there where they had number advantage post-plant, But because they didn't have double doors, window, single, or ramp...
Like that Dust 2 round where they were all on site.
Right, and right here, you're hoping that you hit shots or trade efficiently, and they did. Simple gets them a triple in this situation, so that was still a tough scenario. It looks very, very comfortable if you're just looking at the amount of players alive and the bomb being down, but that was still a tough round to win for BCG. And the reason NIP can go for that is because they did have the finances off of the 3-round streak that they did accrue. So this game is very tense. I think the bye will be worse for BCG. Exist has just given the 30 seconds for Taz to get on the microphone again. So it is Galil heavy, a Mac 10 for Aragon, and just the AK. Oh, actually, Materis has gone in for a Mac 10 as well. So Electronic is going to take that at the end of things. All right, so they're hoping to not be going up against too many sets of head armor here. Unfortunately for them, there's 3 in play. Donating the util, dropping that on the roof. This is a tough round for BCG.
Yeah, distinct disadvantage in the finances.
Orb starting ramp as well.
Who's going to be their rotation piece if this secret cross is managing to make it?
It's going to have to be down the bench, surely, but it might be too late now. See, Wrinkle, they put the AWP ramp because Snappy was being bullied.
Yeah. Simple's the one throwing util roof. It's Wrinkle that's going to sweep through and ask questions of the lobby. Never mind, he'll stay on the line.
No one's rotated. Oh, no, I tell a lie. Ken's just gone down B now.
Very loud about that. May have been relayed, may have been audible.
Well, he's heard that flash, so he's going to be calling for some type of support.
Hang on. Lobby. Oh, shush! He wasn't ready for Aragorn. They've lost the opening. Kaspersky's got to come up trump with the double at least. There's the number 1. Denied. Traded by Crazy. Important, impactful. Wrinkle. Quick flick onto Simple. I'll have to take the rifle if he wants to have voice in this one.
Probably voice back of your head, screaming save right now.
Yeah, right. I mean, they've had so many clutches in that first half. He's going to have a little look. Oh, Wallbang finds Crazy, doesn't panic.
Oh, no.
Risk went hunting.
That's a way back in.
He got greedy. He thought he was on his own, didn't expect number 2. Electronic's very low as well. Crazy's going to be feeling so much pressure right now. He knows he's got to hit this kill, and he can't do it. Electronic alone. They don't sweep through. He should be traded. He should be traded. How has that bullet found Ken's head?
I said there's 3 sets of head armor in the round. It's the 2 players on the retake who only have the Kevlar, the Mac 10. Perfect weapon for the job. They're running and gunning. They don't save anything.
How has he found the headshot running and gunning? A dream for Electronic and a smile. You get one of those a day.
Oh, this one from Materis.
Yikes.
Yeah, that could have been the undoing.
Look at this slow-mo bullshit.
Yeah, explodes like a watermelon there, doesn't it?
He had 10 HP.
Oof.
Sheesh kebab.
Okay, they don't save anything. They can still bring in 2 M4s, but they're bullying ramp again. Or pin the play for Wrinkle. Yep. They're already out.
Straight away, just bullying Snappy. Are they slowing down? He's going to be asking for a reaction. He's going to be asking for something. And just like that, he falls. Down the vents, 2 of them. This time, they're going to play for the window side. Wrinkle has a moment of vision with his nade break. And Kaspersky does kick up a fast. Good find. Low HP, retreats, re-smoke double. Still such an uncomfortable round, isn't it?
There's a kit in this, but again, like last round, I thought there would be a save for sure. Materis allows the way back in. They're hanging around if there's an overstep, but 2,400 loss bonus next round.
Like that. Ooh, Crazy. Releases a lot of pressure there. Simple combination. They are going to lose it all. The orb's gone. Kaspersky's lost that in the smoke. Wrinkle trying to get away with anything at this point. Materis, oh, nice shot, takes his head off and will leave with the AK-47. But ladies and gentlemen, BCG, they are just 1 round away from the second stage, advancing to the big boy table.
You don't fucking hesitate.
You feel this has to be it now. In fact, nothing besides the singular AK save, 2,400. They're able to get another M4 out dropped. Deagle, 2 MP9s up against a fully strapped BCG, but I don't think... I don't think you can play the standard ramp bully on Snappy again. He knows he's been a liability in this position. Just getting run over. They're literally just charging him. They have no respect for his aim. If you're making plays like that, you have absolutely no respect for the player. Ramp player, 1 done, drops down.
just not expecting the one. What's the call from Utiris? How does he want to close this out? He's actually going to be the first man in.
Top split.
A top split indeed, and there's so many gaps just in the open. Still Kaspersky good for one. Got to respect that, but need more from the teammates. They're collapsing. BCG just got to find Snappy, and stage 2 is theirs. Krakow's calling, and they answer.
Wow, what a game from BCG, getting that one done in 2 straight maps. Simple is back at an IM Winter Championship, and he will progress to likely lock horns with some of those bigger names. You've come through the lower bracket, you're going to be one of those lower seeds, but NIP eliminated by a newly put together roster. The Saw Core plus Batman and Robin at Once Upon a Time, and you have been sent home. Liquid with a stand-in. And this jigsaw puzzle that we're starting to see take shape in front of our very eyes. It's back to the drawing board for NIP, but BCG will live on to play another day. And when you see the highs, when you see the shots getting hit, you think, what more can really be in store for this team? It's exciting, it's fun, it's nice to have Simple back on our screens. Stressful at points, but taking care of business.
Yeah, stressful game, Electronic and Simple in form, and of course you have to give praise to the Portuguese trio, really delivering and being a big part of things. It does look like we've got Snappy standing by, so we're going to throw it over to Sharks with the NIP exit.
Thank you very much. We'll of course hear from BC Games shortly, but first, Snappy, what went wrong today?
I think we need to find a way where we can deal with pressure better. I think we just play bad. There's not a lot of communication, and people are very zoned into their own crosshair. And on Dust 2, it's like there's constant stress comms, like people screaming. We're not leaving lurks, and then it's like we don't have overview of the map, and I think it's down to stress because it's a different team I see in practice every day. But we gotta go home and get more reps, and we have to learn from this. But it really sucks because it feels like we have so much more, but it doesn't come out in these officials because of, I think stress.
Yeah, when I see you having that read, on the one hand, I would say, well, yeah, now you know what to work on because there is a new situation here. There's Cairn really finding his sea legs, let's just say, in the server. So does that make you hopeful that now that you have identified it, that you can grow out of it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a new player and we have a lot of testing to do and some new positions on some people that we'll need to figure out if they need to be long-term, of course. But this was some good data, but it just sucks because I felt like we are so much better than what we show. And it's really sad to see it every day, and then we just can't get it out because of stress, and we need to solve it.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, and commiserations.
Sadly, end of the line for NIP, but full steam ahead for BC. That is the stage 2 here at the Intel Extreme Masters Krakow. We do have Muturis joining us up here on the desks. First of all, massive congratulations. Tell me the emotions of there was quite a few crazy rounds going down in that game. What are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy because that's what I told before the game. It's like we are still building everything. So sometimes we can do the best round in the world, and the next round we are doing the face it round that people at home must be, oh my god, these guys are crazy. So for me, it's like we are surviving. We are not here playing. It's like we are surviving every day. And yeah, I'm extremely happy because we're gonna play more games, and I think it's really important for our team right now.
Congrats on making the next stage, but I do want to bring it a little bit back because, I mean, me and Dupree were talking in the green room, like he remembers you in Source, you coming to tournaments and playing. I obviously remember from CSGO, right? You've been around for a long time, you know, getting Portuguese CS to new heights, like in the Cologne playoffs and everything. And then you get a call and they're telling you, listen, you're going to BC game and you're going to play with Simple and Electronic. So how has that been, you know, how did you process all that? Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, December, it was a roller coaster for me. So it was like, we're going to have changes on SAW. Now BC wants to buy the car. So it was like, what is happening? And yeah, coming here, it's a new challenge for me. And what I thought it was, I'm 33 years old, so I don't need to have fear or anything. So I played with a lot of players. Of course, I never played with top 20 players like them. But I need to believe in my work. And I don't know if it's going to work or not, but at least I'm giving my best and with all the experience that I had from before. So for me, it's an honor to play with them. And what I want to show, basically, it's that I'm capable to be on this level.
And how much has it changed your perspective about the game when you have guys like that on your team?
I mean, right now it's very difficult because I'm in a point that is, I want to adapt to them, but at the same time when I'm adapting, I'm changing everything that I believe. So it's like, should I be more strict or should I give them freedom? So it's like, how CS works, it's like I can't come to these guys and just say, you're gonna do this. It's like, it needs to be little pushes and round by round, we're gonna do this. And I know that these officials are really important because they're gonna bring us a lot of things. And that's what I hope is that in a few months that we can be a real team.
And now you got to play with the likes of Simple and Electronic, as you mentioned, top 20 players. What is to you? What is the biggest what do you feel like have you learned a lot from them already? And what do you think what's the best thing that they contribute with other than obviously firepower?
I mean, Electronic, it's a guy that he was IGL, so he is like a second caller. It's a person that Simple respects a lot. So it's like, right now, let's be honest, it's like Simple is respecting a lot Dennis calls, and he's kind of, I need to do my job to have his trust. So Electronic, it's helping me a lot on those things. And Sasha, I'm gonna put it this way, individually he can be top one in the world again. So what I've been watching in Prax, it's insane individually. But what we can do, what we need to do now, it's build BC in a way that he can shine. So right now I feel that we are not a team that is consistent to have a good individual for him. But I hope that in the future we can bring that team play for him.
Yeah, and also when you look at how it's been going so far, I mean, what do you think has been the biggest difference from day one, where we did manage to claw your way back and win, and then on day two you got kind of demolished, and then into today, like, what do you feel like? What changed out throughout the tournament so far for you?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm a guy that I'm not negative, but I like to have my foot on the ground. So it's like, on overpass we were getting stumped, and we did the comeback. So that's what I told before. It's like we can be the best team in the world or the worst team in the world. So right now that's that's the hard part. It's like we don't have consistency at all. But yeah, I mean, winning against Legacy, now against Snip, I mean, it means a lot for us. So yeah, I'm extremely happy.
Can you give us just some thoughts on, you went for Dust 2 today instead of Overpass. Why specifically Dust 2 instead of the tested Overpass?
Overpass, which it's kind of, we tried to punish pick the teams, but maybe it was not a smart idea because I think we are not in a, we just have 15 days, so we can't go to punish. We need to play maps that we are comfortable. And yeah, that's what we tried, because Overpass was very difficult, especially on this side. So maybe it was a mistake. But now, I mean, when you have a guy like Sasha does too, of course we can win a lot of games. So that's, I mean, I think that every day we are learning something. So that's what we want. It's learning, and work hard.
Makes a lot of sense. Speaking of nuke, though, Peter, you picked up a little detail, maybe with a bit of missed utility. Should we roll this? And
yeah, let's look at it. It got me giggling a little bit in the green room, because we did have a situation where you were supposed. I suspect you were supposed to do like some kind of inner pop, and there's a piece of utility that went flying somewhere where it's supposed to, and then you have Sasha looking at his paper, thinking, "Hey, it looks like I'm in the wrong position."
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you know, as you mentioned, you've only had 15 days to practice, and I suppose that you've gotten stuff written down on your papers what you're supposed to be doing, and I guess we've all been, as a player, been in a situation where we either misunderstand the call or mess up tactics. So
I mean, it was Sasha was asking me if he needs to molly top hat or the side. So everything got a bit messy, but I mean, it's when you are with a new team that can happen. So yeah, it was a mistake from us.
I'm actually curious about, because now that you're the core of Saw and now you've brought in Sybil and Electron, like, is it more like you're playing like you did in Saw, or are you trying to find like a best of both worlds? Where are you actually heading in terms of your playbook and your system? And is it you creating a system with tasks, or how does the thing?
I mean, it depends a little bit on the maps. So, for example, Nuke, it was always a map that I felt very comfortable. So it's a map that I want to control things, but there is another maps that it's with feedback from people. So, I mean, we are building together, but in some maps we have strict ideas of what we want. So, I mean, it's me, Taz, Electronic. Of course, we need to have Sasha giving what he wants to do. So, and the kids, they are just it's like in a team you can't have in a team you can't have a lot of voices. It's like they are trying to adapt, and what I respect about them is that they changed so many positions, and they are in a position right now that it's a lot of pressure. And I feel that I'm prepared because I'm old, so I've been through a lot of things. But for them, it's very different. But I think they are doing a good job, and I'm really happy, especially for them, because this is like a gift for them. So yeah, I'm really happy.
No, it's been absolutely amazing. Just one final question from my side. We've been speculating a lot that, you know, maybe the chemistry is going to be the toughest thing, the personalities gelling together.
Yeah.
What's been the hardest part for you, honestly, so far in this journey?
I mean, everything in this team. Like we have been here for 15 days practicing, and it feels like it's 3 months. So we are leaving some practice that I'm just, oh my God, this is crazy. For example, if we tilt, if we are not doing the things. So, I mean, there is some things that we gonna need to change for sure, and I hope that we change. But right now, these 15 days have been rough. So yeah, this win, it can help to give some energy for the team. But yeah, I'm really happy, and maybe we are not prepared to be close to these great teams, but I'm really happy that we are. So let's
anyone
enjoy.
you particularly want to face? I mean, there's some big names up there.
Not really. I mean, I think that all of the teams they are way better than us right now. I mean, they are more prepared, and for us, BC bought a core, but we are a new team, because the kids that came with me, they just changed all positions, so everything is new, and doing this with 15 days, I think it's amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Mutiris, for joining us for a bit of an extended chat.
So
Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in stage 2 tomorrow. So maybe go and get a good evening of rest and preparation. Amazing stuff. Yeah, BC game will indeed be progressing onwards to stage 2. Lovely to get to pick the brains of Mutiris there and learn a little bit more about some of the challenges, some of the highlights, maybe some of the things to be working on moving forward to stage 2, because he's totally right. Like, and I love that he's honest about the fact that it's a core that's been acquired, but this is an entirely new project. You can't come into things with any preconceived notions, and I'm sure you've been familiar with that in your time, Dupree.
Yeah, multiple times. I really loved his honesty, and I loved his wording, saying that they're actually just surviving right now. They're not actually here to, they're here to play Counter-Strike, but it's more like we're just barely surviving, keeping our heads above water, and that's also what we've been seeing. And it's